important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.
So once we find out, it's time. This is what it is, because I'm going to keep on talking here, very simple. It's time right now, guys. The blue pill or the red pill really doesn't significantly mean anything right now, but oh, it does. Remember, it's the blue pill. If you feel you're happy where you're at right now, then stay where you're at. Remember, if you feel you're optimum where you're at this time, then there's nothing for you, and all of us to play with. But if you're actually feeling that the system that you're playing with right now is suboptimal, then whoa, we've got something to talk about, and actually we on this side are looking for other players that want to play this game called optimalism. Okay? So it's the blue pill or the red pill. Are you ready to make a change? You'd have to make yourself an integrity. Remember, 2005 was the year to come alive, and it was the most looked up word in the encyclopedia on the internet. Integrity. Why? Because nobody's got any. I didn't even know what that word meant. And most of the integrity is not with everybody else, it's with yourself. If you know that high fructose corn syrup has most likely mercury poisoning, then why are we poisoning our children? Why do we buy candy and feed the children knocking on the door, these innocent little 7, 8, 9, and 10-year-old kids that are totally not the way they should be? Remember, 1 out of 50 children have autism. Think something's wrong. Remember, mercury-based vaccines, flu shots with mercury. Wow, what a mess. I'm not here to tell on anybody. I'm not here to go ahead and actually show anyone anything more than what we can figure out how to play this new optimizational game. I call it the naturalistic lifestyle. And this is why Robbie and Rachel and myself here have actually had this idea for many years to see if we can find a group of people that genetically and consciously want to move to the next ring. You're going to have to change your food supply, you're going to have to change your water supply, you're going to have to change your electrical current supply because AC electricity destroys this machine. I'll show you with the ethereal meter we put together. The ethereal meter is to show you the invisible poisons that you couldn't see, feel, hear, touch if you wanted to. Remember, they're invisible. Can't smell them. Can't feel them. You will after this. Casey, you know what it did to you. I showed you what it was doing, putting not the cell phone up to your head, because we know that's not good, but until you see it on the meter, it's not just one wave, it's multiple waves that it's actually causing a huge assault. But remember, the cordless phone at our house, oh, there's a regular phone. Well, the cordless phone at my house, that's just my regular handset, not my cell phone, is worse than my other phone. These are the booby traps. Remember, lead on the lipstick. Look it up. Lead lipstick. Don't use it. If the company doesn't share with you what's in the certificate of analysis of the product, you can't eat it, don't use it. Don't put it on your skin. How are you going to change your ways? Got to make it simple. You're going to change all your oils. Remember, if you came to me right now and you say, Dr. Cassar, I want to change my life. Okay, pay Miss McGillicuddy $500 and let's sit down and go ahead and have a consultation. Let's go ahead and play this doctor-client-patient relationship. Tell me anything you want to. Let's play. But I know you do. So how are you going to clean up your act? Okay, how are we going to clean up our act? Because it is a collective consciousness, and you notice once this collective consciousness actually becomes over 51% in a good way, the whole system starts to change by itself because perversion stops. Perversion of the system. We notice that everything that we're using at this time has, I call, some form of perversion. Robert Williams taught me that word. Taught me about the perversion in the food industry. And I'm just going to jump around a little bit here because then we're going to get down to some workshop business. Remember, you guys think you're smart. I think I was sort of smart. I told you, the older I get, the more ignorant I become, the more questions I start to ask, and the more my ignorance grows exponentially in a way, of course, that's evolution. But I can also get more ignorance in a negative way, which a lot of people are getting poisoned. So once you get a certain level of poison in your body, you have to be very careful to think that you're going to start taking it out. Because, let's see, is Jared here? Jared Tavasolian? Jared's one of my friends of 7 years, and he's a young guy, he's in shape. And he stopped eating meat, started going on the program. Didn't go up a stair step, jumped up like I did. I was 150%. I don't just crawl, I run. Now, he started to do what I was doing, starting killing things inside my body, started to make fights with the things we're going to show you in a minute. Remember, how are you going to get rid of the creatures inside the body without killing them? It's very simple. And you'll notice that there's about 80% of the products on this market in this new age system is to go ahead and sort of detox you, okay? But most of the detoxification is not sound. Think about it. Why would we want to try to make a fight with a microbe, an alien intraterrestrial creature inside that has way more power than we could ever imagine? Okay? Because we don't know. Remember, read the book Parasite Rex, and lots of people have come up to me and said, I read the book. Just to give you the system that's genius. Remember, I'm not writing these books. I could write 100 of them. I got lots of them at my house. I just haven't published. Everybody has parasites, of course. No shite. Problem is that no one understands that you can't try to manipulate them out of you. You have to be able to actually manipulate them out of you with love. Remember, draw first blood and see what they do. Go ahead and try to fight the bully on the block. Remember, you saw me holding the snake on the video. I hold the snake for a reason, because the snake and that snake is very poisonous. It's a Southern Pacific rattlesnake. Robert Leach, you saw me hold him the other day. All you guys. Why am I holding this snake? It's just to show you I have a presence with him that's called, I'm not going to hurt you and you don't hurt me. We have these same types of snakes in our bellies. We just don't know it. So, just going to show, Casey, when you get a chance, let's put on just a few of these, just to bring back here. There's so much we can talk about. Now, all the things we're going to do, we're going to start filming here consistently, and not so much in this form. It's a lot of 5, 10, and 15-minute, I call them documentaries. And these documentaries are to show what other students are doing in the areas of health, wealth, happiness, self and group sustainability, and ascension or ascension. So, the big problem is we need to know what we're doing. We need to know what we're against. Okay? Now, these are all these departments. Got to understand this, and if you don't, you're out to lunch. You're only getting a piece of the pie, and a piece of the pie, of course, is really only a sampling of the truth. We got lots of, not problems, but lots of departments to clean. Let's just go real quick here. Is anybody, Brian, can you get me one of the ether meters? And a shower chlorinator, please? Electromagnetic fields, radio, microwave, and electronic fields are everywhere. Everywhere. The more heavy metals that you get in your body, okay, the more heavy metals that you get in your body, the more that these fields sing. They sing. Let's say you have all these different heavy metals in your body and you walk into a building. All buildings have this electricity. You can't see. It's ionization radiation caused by 60-cycle electricity, and the more wires in that building, the more you got. The closer you are to a substation, or the closer you are to one of those wires, the more this machine sings. Okay? I'm getting magnetized right now. You can see this thing kicks out a small amount, very small amount of electromagnetic radiation. Very small. And you notice that this is wireless. It has none. But when we go ahead and actually see that this is a radio frequency, this has hardly nothing in it. And you would notice that, I'm going to come up to this camera. This is an invisible poison. Okay? And he's on, you can see how it pegs the needle. Watch. Okay? Let's go to the next stage now. We're going, that's the 0 to 3. Now we're going to go to the 0 to 100. It's a whole different scale. Now we know that it's over 3. Wow, let's check it out, because anything over 3 is very unsafe. You can see as I get closer to this machine, this thing keeps singing higher and higher, and it's up to, what's that say right about there?
80, 90, 95, 90, 100?
It's about 100. That's as far as this needle goes. So if you put your head up to the side of this, and you notice from here, if the safe zone's here, once I get getting closer and closer, look at that. That's unsafe. And the more heavy metals you have in your body, the more of this is detrimental, totally detrimental. Now, that's just the magnetic. Let's go through one more tune. This is the second phase. It's called electronic or electric. And electric, of course, is really, of course, invisible. You can't smell it, you can't feel it. And when I get this to closer to here, this is DC. No electric. Who's plugged in? Okay? You can see anything. Sorry. Maybe the electric's not working on this one. This should sing like crazy. No.
Light?
Yeah. No, the electric on this one's not working for some reason. But these are totally accurate. I picked the wrong, must have dropped this one or something. If you drop them, you will break them. They're very sensitive. Okay. Everybody needs one of these. You share one of these with yourselves. Okay. These are non-existent for people to understand how to use them. We'll be showing people how to use them. They'll be on the videos. You'd walk around your house and you're going to rearrange your 60-cycle electricity around your house. You're going to change where your clock is next to your bed because it's got 70 and 80 milligauss, and that's not cool to sleep on. You're not going to sleep on the electric blanket anymore because you're going to find out truthfully that this electric blanket is making you fat, sick, tired, and all the things, of course, we don't like to talk about. Okay? This is electronic. This is radio frequency, microwave. This is magnetic. It is not food. This is another department. Unless you go ahead and know what you're doing, of course, this idea of poison is not even valid. Now, once you find out with the electrical magnetic activities, once you find out, you just rearrange your house around, as we'll show people how to do. You rearrange your house around. My friend, we went to their apartment the other day, and their apartment, of course, is on the second floor, and their bed's right in the middle of one of the wires that goes through the whole floor. And their bed's on 35 milligauss all the time, and they wonder every time they come home they want to just go to sleep and they can't get anything done. It's a sedative, very high level. The normal electrical activity, ionization, radiation, or any magnetic is zero. Zero. Okay?